our recording is going on. So as I said, in this class we are going to discuss three things. Number one is operator, and then conditional statement, and then looping. So all of these things that I mentioned here, you will need them in performance scripting. Let me open a new script. So when I am opening new script, what do I do? Can anyone tell me how do I do that? Script name. First of all, I will have to give a script name, and then I will have to select a location, right? So my location looks correct. I want to save it in performance testing folder, and I want to give a meaningful name. Let's say I'm giving a name like operators, and then what is the other thing? Conditional statement, condition, and the last thing is loop. Okay. Create. Okay. Now operator, there are multiple types of operator, but here we will be learning, like for our performance testing, we will be focusing like arithmetic operator, plus, minus, multiplication, and this is division. Then comparison operator, like greater than, and then smaller than, and then in C we write equal to as this, equal to, actually comparison, yeah, and then greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. Okay, and then we have logical operator. Logical operators. Logical operators are and, or, actually in C we write it and means this sign, and then yes, and or means this one.
What is that, or?
Or, yeah, and not means this one.
What do you mean?
What one is or?
This one is or, this one is or, this one is not. Let me write with it, and, or, not. But this word we do not use it, we use this symbol. Okay, so now
But sorry.
Sure.
Can you also please send us in text form this copy?
yeah, I'll send it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll send it. Now take a look. Let's say, and one other thing you remember. Mm-hmm.
Last one is not or not?
Yes, not. This is not. Okay. Now remember one thing, in load runner, the first thing you will have to declare all of your variables in the first line. Let's say we are using two variables, integer a comma b. Okay, we are first declaring. Remember here, whatever you want to use for storing number, you have to declare it first. Okay, so we are declaring it
These
first.
are the classes you are going to put.
Yeah. So these are the classes. Okay. Now let's say I want to put a equal to 5, and then b equal to 10, and let's say I want to do, let's say result. Okay, result. I want to have another variable result. Now result equal to a plus b. Okay, now look one thing here. This expression, okay, so this is an arithmetic expression where this is an arithmetic expression. Arithmetic means
Plus minus. Question here.
Mhm.
We declare all the variables
mhm,
and we put in the value of the variables.
mhm,
Now, if I do, does it make any difference? Because we had some problems. Integer A, then I write down A is equal to 5. Integer B, then I write down
yeah,
B.
it will be a problem.
It will be a problem?
Problem.
Okay.
You have to declare all of your variable first. The first line will be your declaration of variables. Okay. Now this is an, let me write it here. This is an arithmetic expression. This is an arithmetic expression. Okay. Now see, there is a plus in between. We are adding A and B, and we are adding, how we know that we are adding them? Because we have a plus here. So this plus is an arithmetic operator. This is a operator. This is a operator. Now remember there are different type of operators. There is another definition: binary operator, unary operator. Binary operator, unary operator. So this plus here, this plus is a, here I am telling you, okay, here this plus is a binary operator. Binary operator, it is a binary operator because it has two operand. Can you see? We have something in the right hand side of the plus, we have something in the left hand side of the plus.
So this is not the mathematical binary then?
This is,
It's not like binary 0, 1, 0, 1.
no. This is we are calling it binary because we have two numbers. One is in the right hand side of the plus, another one is in the left hand side of the plus. Now, so binary operator means, binary operator is the operator which has how many operand? Two. Number I am bringing another term, operand. Operator, operand. So what is operand? Operator with operator, whatever we do with operator is operand. Now how many type of operator we have? Number one, in terms of number of operands, we have two types of operator: binary and unary. Binary operator, we are calling plus a binary operator because it has two operands. It has two operands. What is operands? What is operands? Let me do something here.
So plus is binary, right?
Binary.
Minus is binary too then?
No.
Minus sometimes binary, sometimes unary.
Okay.
Let's say you can say A equal to minus B.
So the word binary
That's
in
unary.
English means two, and the means one, all right? So
Unary means one.
One, yeah.
One operand.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can say B and I running.
Take a look here in my screen. Let's say I'm declaring int A, comma B, comma result, right? And then I'm saying A equal to 10, and then let's say keep it like that. A equal to 5, B equal to 10. Okay. Now result equal to A plus B. Okay. Now we are saying that this plus here is a binary operator. Is a binary operator. Is it, no, the plus is a binary operator. Now operator, sorry. Is a binary operator. Now here take a look. This
Value.
A and this B,
Operands.
we are calling them
Operand.
operand.
So they are operated.
Operand. So A and B are
Operand.
operands,
They are operated by binary.
right? Now, if I say another thing, let's say result equal to let me bring another term here. Result equal to minus B. So what will we have in result?
This is binary.
In result we will have what will be stored in result? Minus 10. So when you print it, result will be minus 10. So here minus is the operator again, right?
Right.
Let me note it. Here this minus is a operator.
Like a plus.
Binary.
Yes. Here this minus is a unary operator, because yeah, the definition here, this is a unary operator because it has one operand, one operand, that is B. Got it?
There is no A.
Got it?
Two operands means binary, and one operand means binary.
Unary.
So if the result was A minus B, in that case minus would have
Minus
been binary
would be a binary operator.
Binary operator.
Exactly. Yeah.
Binary
So
operator.
it is 3, like 1 plus 2 plus 3.
Then see here, if you say A plus B plus C, still binary because
It's two sides.
in two side of,
Only has two sides.
right, in two side of, so still it is a binary operator.
Two sides of the sign.
Okay, now are we clear about what is arithmetic
Binary
operator, what is
Yeah,
binary,
yes,
unary?
yes,
Okay,
yes, let's move on.
all right.
Unary is practically minor.
Unary means, no, unary means it will have one operand.
One operator.
One operand. Okay, now this result,
If it could result equal to minus A minus B, then it is binary operator.
No, because if it is minus A minus B,
No.
it will be binary because there is two sides. Because minus A
But
will
the
become two
result
sides.
gonna be minus something, right?
hold on, see here, if you say minus A, result equal to minus A minus B, let me bring it.
There will be minus first bracket A plus B.
Yeah, exactly. So what I will do, I will put it in
One.
minus and first bracket A plus B,
Doing the binary.
right? So yeah, so what I am showing here, take a look here, result equal to minus A minus B, that means result equal to
Minus A plus B.
minus and then A plus B.
So it's gonna be binary operator, right?
Now this minus is a unary operator. Got it? This minus is a unary operator, but this plus is a binary operator.
What's
Okay.
the top line? The top line minus A minus
Okay, in the top line, take a look here.
Minus plus
Now,
minus
if you want to
plus.
solve this, what you will have to do?
Minus plus minus.
You will have to
You have to
change it, right? Or you can do your mental math. Okay, minus means it will be plus. Mental, but still you are converting, right? So take it in that way. This is your unary, this is your binary operator. But if you write result equal to A minus B, this is your direct. This minus is a binary
Binary.
operator.
If it's minus A minus B minus C minus D.
Okay, we don't go that far.
So
Okay.
it's gonna be binary.
Minus A minus B minus C minus D. Okay, if you do
If you
minus
bring all
A,
of the minus all together.
so let's
Now
see.
it doesn't matter how many times you write down. Whenever you put a sign, you only look at left and right. If you have left and right both is binary. If you have only one side, that's still unary.
Yeah.
Even though you say minus, but it's still each minus has only two sides.
So you look at that particular operator. That particular operator, how many operand it has? Okay. Now, if I want to print, Tim, if I want to print here, let's say, if I want to do a LR output message, and then what I'll have to do, I want to print 5 plus 10 equal to, I want to print in that way, percentage D plus percentage D, and then here equal to percentage D, yeah, percentage D, then
Result.
A
Double quotation, right?
double quotation, we close already double quotation here,
Oh, yeah.
A
A,
comma B comma result. Why result is at the end?
So that is answer to
I am writing the
question.
question like A plus B equal to result, right?
Follow that sequence, basically.
Right. So now if I print it,
How do you get different color?
oh, different color.
It's automatic.
It's automatic. I have a breakpoint here,
Oh, I see. Okay.
and always practice that breakpoint a lot. Practicing that breakpoint will help you a lot. Now, if I execute, see, I am standing here. Now I want to show you the output. Where will I get the output? Where will I get the output? Here. Can you see this output window? Can you see that?
Yeah.
So I will, if I execute it, I will get that output over there. Now, okay, can you see action from line number 9? Can you see? We are getting something from line number 9. What we are getting? 5 plus 10 equal to 15. Is that looks side? Are you understanding? Okay. Okay. Make sure you ask question if you understand. Okay. Now, so from the output window, we can say from line number 9 we are getting that output, right? From output window we can see this 5 plus 10, where we are getting it from. Where we are getting it from?
Number 9.
From line number 9 we can see action. Can you see what does this mean? Action dot C. Remember action dot C, and then line number 9, and 5 plus 10 makes 15. So this output we are getting from action dot C. Can you see it is in the action?
What does C stand for?
I'll tell you, give me 1 minute. Can you see action dot C and line number 9? This will help us in understanding our future output. Now what is this C stand for? Okay, if I go to my hard drive,
Oh,
no, not this C. Do not understand this is C. Now can you see I am going to that, and I have a performance testing folder. Now I have created what, Farhana? It's not C drive. Now can you see operators condition loop? I have created this,
yeah.
right? Let me go inside that. Can you see action.c?
Oh.
So this is a, remember we are practicing C language here.
Yeah.
So it is saying this is a
C language.
C language file, right? Action.c. If you open it, you cannot open it,
Why?
right? So because you will have to tell like what you want to open it. So this one you want to open it by Notepad. Okay, you want to open it by Notepad. So if you double click on it, it will ask you like this. Then you select a program, the other radio button, go there,
You want to use.
and you want to use Notepad to open it. Okay, and here you will see in this one you have everything, what the code itself, it is here.
Oh.
You got it? The code. So when you open it by load runner, it looks like that, but when you open it, that C file, it is a text file. Yeah, it keep it in that way. But this is the action.c where you are writing your code. Now let me I want you to practice that one as well. So what is that we are doing? Operators, we want to make it more meaningful. Now you come here. Can you see what is the name? Action, right? Now what is the name of this example?
Operator's conditional.
Now I will copy this. How I will copy this? If I select, look at the screen. If I select file, save script as, can you see the name? I got the name. Right click, copy, right? And then you come here. Can you see action? Always make it a meaningful name. You come here, put underscore and paste it here. Right button, paste. Now can you see this action is more meaningful? Now if you go to your folder, can you see action operators condition loop.c? Do you understand? You make it is not mandatory, but you make
Is it
it.
gonna change the output too or no?
No, it will not change output. The reason
No,
we are
I'm saying on the output page they were showing that.
yeah, it will change.
Okay.
I'll show you. Look, one thing here, everyone. One thing here. This action, I'm making the name. I'm changing the name. Action underscore operators condition loop.c.
So you rename it.
I'm renaming it. The purpose is in real load test we will have 3, 4, 10, 15
See.
script, right? So when you are executing your test, you want to have your action in a meaningful name, so that when you are analyzing, otherwise it will be confusing when you analyze. So everything I am doing here, there is a purpose. Do not think that I am doing it for, no. Everything I am doing here is a purpose. When you do execute your performance test, if your name is a little bit meaningful, if your action name, it will be easier for you to analyze if there is any trouble. Now, Sabir bhai, if you have any question, let me know.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So instead of copying the title from the page on the page, can you come straight to this action and just rename it? Can you do that?
What is that?
Like you can just.
From without there, you want to change it here?
Can you do that here?
Do not do it here.
Or you cannot?
Do not do it here.
It's not good.
It's not good.
Okay.
Okay?
Somewhere,
Yes.
how you give breakpoint?
Oh, breakpoint is very simple.
Click.
You just click here, then you will get a breakpoint. Okay. Now, let's. Now, if I can you see previously it was action.c. Now, if I execute it, now can you see instead of having action.c, we are having action underscore operators condition loop.c, and line number 9. Okay. Alright. So that is what operator is, at least arithmetic operator. Let me bring comparison operator.
That's why I know. One more time, like step you went to file and then.
Which one? To change the name?
Change it.
Oh, I want to give
Right,
a.
right click. Right.
I want to give a name related to this one, operators condition loop. So you can copy this name or you can type it,
Okay.
right? You can right click here, rename, and you can type whatever is there
Okay.
here, and you can type it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you have a name that you do not want to type, you right click and click save script as, and then it will give you, you copy it from here.
Okay.
You copy it from here and then you go there, rename, and after the action put underscore and paste it. Remember, Control B will not work here. You will have to right click and paste here. Which one?
I click right button
Uh-huh.
and go to.
Okay, you will be changing it. I'll give you homework. Now let me move forward a little bit. You will be changing it in the one. Now I have used arithmetic operator, right? Let me go for comparison operator. Now
Somewhere, can you give an example for into angle, etc.?
into is if you just change the sign here, right?
Something like binary.
Yeah, it is a binary too.
Diagonal,
Which one?
Division.
Division.
All of them.
So if you want to do division,
binary.
it's binary as well. Okay, now let's come to the another thing. Let me comment this one out. Okay, now I want to do a comparison. Okay, the comparison, the way we do comparison in C, we use if statement. If syntax is, if you will giving a condition here, there will be a condition here in this first bracket or parenthesis. In programming language we say this one is a parenthesis. Okay, and then you will have curly bracket, set of curly bracket. Okay, so if the condition is true, then it will come here, execute some statements. Okay, execute some statements means there will be a couple of line of code, there could be one line of code, or there could be nothing. If the condition is true, like this block, if condition is true, whatever you will have here inside this curly bracket, it will be executed.
If not, it will not.
Else, okay, else, remember, if else, if condition is true, do these things. If condition is not true, else do execute this part. What is condition? Condition here, let's say if A greater than B, if A greater than B, then what we are saying, LR output message %D greater than %D and then A comma B. Now if it is not true, then LR output message, if A is not greater than B, then what is it? What is it? You tell me, what is it? If A is not greater than B, if A is greater than B, that means A is bigger than B. If A is not bigger than B, then what is it?
A is lesser than.
Less than
B.
B.
Less than or equal.
Not 100%, yeah. Less than or equal. If A is greater than B, that is fine. If A is not greater than B, then what is this? It is A is less than or equal to B. Now let me bring that statement. If A is greater than B, print this A greater than B. If A is not greater than B, then what is that? Less than A less than B. A less than B. But let me execute it. Let me put a breakpoint in line number 10 and then let me do an execution.
But there is no math there though.
Hmm?
You're not doing no math.
No math. It is just comparison.
Better than.
It's a comparison. Okay. Now I'm seeking your full concentration. If I execute this line number 10, right? I am on line number 10. Then what are you expecting to be executed?
Second one.
Huh? Second one means what? Tell me line number.
Line number 13, lucky 13.
Line number 13, right?
No.
Are all of you
Line number
agree?
11.
No, 5. So A is 5, B is
Number
10.
11. Line
11, 12.
Line 11. 11 should
No,
be.
just
11.
10.
I mean,
Just 10.
it's going to executing
If
everything
A is
pretty
greater
much.
than B,
But
it's
fundamentally,
No,
A
only
is
like A
greater
is
than B. If and if not, then what? A is.
Tell me the
less than
simple
B.
thing.
Yeah.
Next line.
Here,
Number
A greater
five.
than B, is it true?
No.
No, it's false. How do you
A less than B.
Okay, A greater than B. What is the value of A? 5.
Five.
What is the value of 10? What is value of B? 10.
10.
Now 5 greater than 10. Is it true?
No.
No. Okay. That means A greater than B, this statement is false.
Right.
This statement is false. Now line number 11 will be executed if the statement, the value of the
True.
statement,
It's true.
again,
It's true.
Shahad bhai, actually this is a math as well. A greater than B, it has a result.
In the back end.
It has a result.
Right.
True or false.
Right.
Right? We will be bringing another expression here, another terminology here, Boolean expression, but later on. Boolean expression. Now, see here, A greater than B, this statement has a value. What is the value? True or false? Now, in that case, it is false.
False.
In that case, it is
False.
false. Remember, this block, that is just immediately after if statement, this block will be executed if condition is
True.
true.
Right.
We did not then
And
follow.
else block will be executed if condition is
Not true.
false.
False.
Remember, if, okay, what will you do if this happens? Okay, I'll do this. Else, what will you do? I'll do that.
If it
That
doesn't
means,
happen, then-
if condition is true,
Then
whatever
do
you
it.
have, just immediately after if, that will be executed. If condition is false, whatever you have just immediately after else, that will be executed.
So line
13.
13 will be executed.
Line 13 is going to be,
Executed.
line 13 is going to be
So,
Executed.
Executed.
If we want just true statement,
hmm,
if we want just true statement,
true statement means if you just want, if you do not want the else block, you do not use it. Just then what will happen if you do not have a else block? If condition is true, that part will be executed. Otherwise, nothing will be executed regarding if.
Sana,
Okay.
you just eat her back into not mine.
Okay, guys.
some of the one more question.
Sure, go ahead.
The LR output method will give percent D bigger sign and
It is greater than.
greater than.
Mhm.
And why is the greater than and equal to? That you can be
We will come to this. I kept it for some reason. Now, so are we agree that it will be coming to line number 13?
Yes.
13, right?
Mhm.
Okay. See, if I execute it, Said, I want you to attention as well. Can you see straight away it came to line number 13? You know why it came to line number 13, right?
Yes.
Did it executed line number 11?
No.
No.
So the yellow color means it's going. Is it going to that command or?
Yes. When you are, I am debugging. I am not executing. So when you are debugging, you can see where it is going.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if I print it, can you see from line number 13, action operators conditional loop, line number 13, we have printed 5 less than 10, right? 5 less than 10. Now let me bring another term here, Boolean expression. Okay, give me a second. Here,
So, what is you trying to do actually here by doing that? Like, we're trying to figure out which one is greater than what or which one is less than.
no, we are trying to understand conditional statement.
Conditional
But
statement.
eventually we'll use them somewhere, right?
Yeah. Okay. Now here, let me take this screenshot. Let me take this screenshot and save it somewhere so that I can send it to you.
Another notepad or something.
Yeah, let me. I'm saving it so that I can send it to you.
Yeah, also gonna do that.
So we learn binary, we learn unary.
We have very progression, transition,
And Boolean, non-Boolean, there are Boolean.
double by, double by.
All right.
이걸 뜻을 갖고 까먹어도 나 뭐라 갖고 다녔나? 어느 무대 그거 어디 갔어?
Alright, so let me bring another screenshot. Now, Boolean expression. Okay, Boolean expression is an expression that has a value of true or false. Like if you do an arithmetic expression, what you get? You get a value, right? Ranging from 0 to whatever number. If you do an arithmetic expression, you have a value. But if you solve a Boolean expression, what do you get? True or false? What do you get if you solve a Boolean expression? What do you get? True or false. So Boolean expression is an expression that has a result of true or false. Okay. Now, let's say, let me bring here A equal to 5, B equal to 10, C equal to minus 5. C equal to minus 5, D equal to minus 10. Okay. Now I have this value. Now
Trying to do what? Boolean.
Boolean, yeah, Boolean expression.
Boolean. Very good.
Okay. Now, if I, let's say, result equal to, if I say C greater than D and
B greater than
B
greater than
less than A. So what will be the result?
False.
You have a true statement and false statement.
Hmm?
False statement.
The first thing C
Yeah,
is not
yeah, all
better
false
than D,
statements.
right?
All false statements.
Okay. Now let me do the evaluation of this expression. Now what is the value of C? Minus.
Minus 5.
The value of C is minus 5. We are saying value of D is minus.
Minus 10.
D is minus 10. And then
Oh, both of them have minus. Okay, then it's true.
and then hold on here. And then B is 10 less than D is A is 5. Okay.
True.
Now hold on here. So remember, this is one thing. This is another thing, right? Then you come here.
One is false, one is true.
Now, what about this one?
Minus 5 greater than minus 10.
That's true.
Is it true or false?
This is true.
True statement.
The next one is false.
Why this is? Munir Jaman bhai, can you tell me if this one is true or false? Minus 5 greater than minus 10.
Minus greater than minus 10.
You take the minus is outside the first bracket.
Yes, this is the true.
True, why true?
If you take this minus, it will be like equal, right?
No.
No.
Negative 5 is greater than negative.
Okay. Now which one is more negative?
Negative 10.
It's 10.
Negative
10, right?
So 5 is 10.
So the more it is negative, the more it is
Less.
less, right?
You owe $5, I owe $10. Who's gonna
So
be
who is
better?
more negative? He. right? So the more you negative, the more you,
The lesser you are.
Yes.
the lesser you are. So here minus 5 greater than minus 10. Minus 5 is less negative.
Less-
So it is bigger. It is bigger, right?
Yes.
So the first part is true. Are we clear about it?
Yes.
Everyone? Let me write it. The first part is true. Okay, and then let me bring the and sign. Then 10 less than 5.
Fine.
False, right? Okay, now true and false. Now what is that? True and false. What will be the result?
What will be the result? What is the question?
True and false.
You
have to bring
cannot
it
you
here.
cannot mix true and
True and
false.
False.
You cannot mix true and false. So
False. False.
so unary.
We're talking about what is what's going to be the result.
Okay, now,
basically.
yeah, true and false. What will be the result?
You mean the output?
This false.
Now
You just have a statement.
Okay, now think it in that way. Okay,
Very hard.
think it in that way.
Compromise.
Let me give you an example. So let's say
If one of the two is false, then it's false anyway.
Hmm?
If one of the remains false, then the whole step will be false.
But there's some true in it. There's some false.
Yeah.
There's some true in it.
That is true. That is true. Let me give you an example here. Actually,
You can write down here.
and logic. How and logic? This and this double %. How does it work?
Double N.
Yes. How does it work? Right now. Okay. Let me bring. Okay. True, actually, false and false is false. False and
Don't be like from man. False.
true
False.
It's false.
is is false.
Why false?
False.
Tell me what.
True is false.
True
False and false is false. And true. False and true is true.
And
True is true.
false.
Still false.
আমি যদি বলি এভাবে আর কি যে ওই যে মাইনাস মাইনাসের প্লাস প্লাস মাইনাসে
Still false.
True and false. Everything is true.
So everything will be false.
Except true and true.
Dividing the same thing, right? I mean like, okay.
True is true.
Minus minus minus.
মাইনাস প্লাস
Particular
Now
class.
you can minus minus minus.
There's no minus here. Just tell me.
एक मिनट पिला से minus है. How
Only
is
plus
it?
is plus is plus.
Eh?
Only plus is plus.
ট্রু অ্যান্ড ট্রু ইজ ট্রু
That's
Plus and minus
fundamental
true and
true is true.
ইট ইজ ফান্ডামেন্টাল ট্রু
So what's the logic?
The logic in
Is the
one
logic-
ball of milk and if you put one drop of lime, it's false.
Is the logic? I mean, what kind of logic?
Let's have an example. If you mix milk with something else, there's no milk anymore.
Yes.
It's wrong. So it's false. So it's real milk. It's false. Right?
Right.
So if you put false and false, it's false, of course. Mix truth and false.
Still false.
In the real world, it's not
Yeah,
good. But in the real world, if you mix truth and false, you can be
yeah, two balls is two brothers. So that is false.
And the media would tell you the truth and the false.
False.
Alright?
So this is basically standard, right?
Okay.
Let's see,
Now,
let's see.
Subhabi,
These are not-
can you give us an example in the class, like real example? Do you have any example?
Real example.
This is the logic.
Wait, you can't give answers.
Okay, let me bring an example. Okay, now let's say I'm telling you, I give this example
Already
frequently.
has umbrella.
Yeah.
Right, yes.
Can you give that example?
If it is, oh, but, if it is raining, then obviously then I take the, if it is raining, then I take the umbrella. Right? And if it is,
Okay,
no,
let
no,
me
no,
give
no, you are.
You can go outside
Yes.
if two conditions is true.
Yeah.
Two. One is if it is not raining, and if you are healthy, then you go outside.
If you are what?
What is the two condition? If it is not raining and you are healthy. Okay, let's say in that way. If you are going outside, if it is sunny and you are healthy, then you are going outside.
Right.
So you are going outside. What is that? If two condition is true, you are healthy and it is
And the
sunny,
sun is sun.
then you go outside.
Otherwise not.
Otherwise not. Now, so two condition. It will have to be sunny and you will have to
Healthy.
feel healthy, feel good. Then you go
That is
outside.
true.
Now,
Right.
if it is sunny but you are not feeling good, will you go outside?
No.
No.
Shut that way.
Right? You are feeling good but it is not sunny. Will you go outside?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
The condition is if both of the condition is true, then you go outside. Okay. Then you are not feeling good and it is not sunny as well. Will you go outside?
No.
So think it in that way, and logic work in that way. Both of the logic, both of the side will have to be true,
True.
then it will be true.
Then otherwise it's
If
false.
any of the statement is false, the result will be false.
Oh. Okay.
Clear?
But now we take it like that.
Yeah.
So
And the and logic work like, remember, and means and.
both has to be.
If I say and, if I say in that way, you will get job if you are understanding all the topics and if you are fluent.
Condition must be met.
Both of the condition will have to be met. If any of the condition is false, it will be a trouble, right?
Criteria.
And means both side will have to be true.
It doesn't matter how fluent you are, if you don't understand, you are done.
That is.
Okay. One thing. Number one.
True, like killer.
Number one. Here, this and logic, it works like, just remember that both side of the, it has two operand again. This is an operator, logical operator. And both side of the, if both of the operand are true, then the subsequent result is true. Now, what will be the result of this expression?
False.
Let's come to this. So this will be
False.
equal to
False.
false. Now, what is the value of result? That means result equal to false. You understood? Result equal to false. How we get that value? This is a Boolean expression. We solve it, right? And by solving it, we got result equal to false. Did you understand what is Boolean expression now?
Yes.
Yeah, if whatever there is peace also we understand that but like this one, it is sunny, it is healthy, go outside. But outside it is raining, I am healthy, I am taking the umbrella, I am going to outside.
Yeah, you can go outside, but for our understanding, you understand
That
it.
It's just a condition.
Why did you get the
that
umbrella? You don't have an umbrella. You
See
didn't
here,
have an umbrella.
see here, the summary is in and condition. If both of the operand is true, then you are getting a result true.
True.
Now let's come to the or logic. Okay.
The Boolean express is mostly that there is
Like
constant,
this,
I mean,
yeah.
it stands for true. One is true, one is false.
False,
There is-
yeah.
There is no substitute that enough.
No. Okay. Let's come to the or logic. How or logic work?
Or
One of the two is true, then it's true.
Yes.
You have been true? It's true. No, one of the two is true.
You know how this computer is built?
How?
You know,
Binary, right?
by this logic, true and false.
Alright.
Computer only understand these true and false, nothing else.
Any message we do is goes and.
So can you see it is doing video, everything, it is doing like real human being, but it understand only true and false. And this computer is built up of multiple type of gates. Okay, let me show you a gate.
someone
Okay, so let's say input A, input B, and this is output. This is output. So if you put true here, this is an AND gate. Okay, if both of the input is true, then your output is true. If any of the input is false, so in the computer, the way it works, you put voltage in the AND gate. The way it generates logic, you put voltage. You supply voltage here, and you supply voltage here. If you supply voltage in both parts, then it is. If you supply voltage, that means it is true. If you don't supply voltage in one part, the output will be 0. Remember, like you are pressing a button and this light lighting, right? So what do you do when you are pressing it? It connects to wire, and the line circuit got complete, and then you got electricity. Now, but this discussion we will keep it. We will not go there.
I mean, this is very much networking, right?
This is not networking. This is digital electronics. It's another subject in computer science, but this is not our scope. Hold on here. Now let me bring OR logic.
Okay.
OR logic, the way OR logic work. OR means this one, right? This. Now let me again put false or false equal to
True.
false. False or true equal to true.
Everything is true.
True
True.
or
False.
false
True.
is true. True or
True is true.
true is.
One of the two is true.
Now in AND, if both of the operand is true, then the result is true. But in OR, if any of the operand is true, then the condition is true. So it is like if you have this one or this one, then you are good. This one or this one. If you have this one or this one, if you have money or property, you are good. You can sell the property, right? If you have money or property, then you are good, right? Money or property. If you have money, you are good. If you have property, you are good. But if you have both money and property, it is not bad too, right? Okay. So in that way, if you don't have money or if you don't have property, then it is a problem. Okay. So if both of the condition is false, then it is false in OR. Now,
So in your previous example, if you are healthy or if you have an umbrella, then you can go.
okay. So if you think it in that way,
Yeah.
or will be working in that
If you
way.
be healthy, right? If you're not healthy in the rain, you cannot go. But if you're an umbrella, you can go.
Okay. Now, can you solve this equation?
Again, solving.
This equation. Actually, I will be solving because I don't want to waste time here.
But this equation result is true anyway.
Hold on.
Or
If you put
our
all,
logic is
So
true.
this equation, we want to solve it using OR.
so that may be like true.
This equation we want to solve it using
Okay, true is that.
using OR. Okay. So how will you do that? Again same thing. What? Again same thing. Let me bring a. So again C means minus 5 greater than D means minus 10 or B means 10 less than A means 5, then if you come, the first part is
True.
true,
True. And
or
false,
the second part is
False.
false. So we have in OR logic, if we have one true, that means the total statement is
True.
Let me know if you have questions so far.
No,
No question? Okay, very good. Let me save it.
this is all logic.
We don't have back logic and or
No but logic.
Not.
We will bring another logic that is not.
Not.
That's it. Now let me save it. Okay, now let me bring another logic that is we are talking but. So let me bring a new window, and the way not logic, the way not logic will work. Okay, now let's say we have three variable. Okay, a equal to, okay, now again the same expression, a equal to
5,
10, b equal to 15, c equal to minus 1, actually minus 100, d equal to 100, right? Now let's say result equal to not, I am putting a not here, not a greater than b and c equal to d. Right? So what will be the result of this equation? So this is a Boolean expression, right? I want to see what will be the result. Can you calculate it? If you have pen and paper, can you calculate it? The way you will be solving it for your understanding, equal to, let's keep this not here, and then let's keep this parenthesis. First you solve this parenthesis. So a greater than b, that means 10 greater than, let me write it actually, because when you solve it, the way I am doing it, you do it in the same way, 10 greater than 15, and then we have ampersand. And the another thing of ampersand is, like, if you use single, it is ampersand, we called it ampersand. Okay, and then we have
100.
c means 100,
Negative 100.
or negative 100, minus 100 equal to plus 100.
what is that
Ampersand, if you have single of this is ampersand. Okay, now you come to the next line. Again you put the not,
False.
and you put your first parenthesis,
False.
and 10 greater than 15, the result is
False.
false, right? The 10 greater than, I think you did one true, one false, right?
Yeah, but actually I don't see the minus over there.
Okay, so false and
False and false, yeah.
false and false. So false and false, what will be the result?
False.
False and false is
False. False.
false and false is false.
False.
And then you have not.
Not.
So that not false, if it is not false, what is that?
True.
It is
Even though it's false.
right.
Yeah, that I make a-
Then we are flipping it. We are flipping it. Now can you see, like, now is it like clear, like what is Boolean expression?
Yeah, so we had and, not, and what not again?
And or not. And or not.
And or not. All these three together is Boolean, right?
Yeah, all these will be contributing in a Boolean expression.
Right. So until we go use that in load runner, without doing anything. We just
Until you
apply.
go to load runner, we are understanding the logic.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's do one other thing. So this is, now let me go to load runner over there. Can you see? So this is a Boolean expression, and what is the result of this Boolean expression? We have a equal to 5, b equal to 10, a greater than b. 5 greater than is false. If it is false, it is coming to the else block. If it is true, it is coming to the, this is the if block. Remember, what is if block, what is else block? Which one is if block? The first
It's a block.
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 The first block where you can see the curly bracket immediately after if is if block. The curly bracket immediately after else is else block. Okay. Now, if I want to, like, in if block, how many statements there could be? How many statements there could be?
Or two.
Hmm?
In this case, two statements.
No, as many in this one. Let's say in this one, you can say LR output message. You can put another statement, executing true block or if block. Okay, you can put another statement up there. Hello, we are from false block. False block or else block, right? So you can put as many statements as you need to execute. If condition is true, if you come to the global mall, you need to buy some groceries, some clothes, some jewelry, many things. So you can put as many statements as you want in the if block. Yes. Yeah. It's still in comparison statement, but we can add here, let's say, now let's say C comma D, right? Let's say C equal to minus 20, D equal to minus 15. Can you see any mistake, like any problem in the code?
Yes.
What is the problem?
20.
The missing the
20. 20. You need to put
Semicolon, yeah. Otherwise, it will show an error. Now, I want to add another statement here. A greater than B, and means ampersand. Ampersand and then I want to put a not sign, and then
In person, you gotta put like one end, right?
Two and
two.
Oh, and what is one end?
AND gate. One end is ampersand. It is another operator, bitwise operator. But this is not, we will not discuss that, bitwise operator. But double AND is AND gate, AND logic. Now I want to put C less than D. Now can anyone tell me which block it will go?
first and small
You go to else. It will go to else.
It will go to else. Okay, let me
We have
do
false,
one thing.
false.
Hold on, guys.
Oh,
Okay. Now you put not.
It's
it's
gonna
gonna
be
be
odd.
true.
Odd.
It's gonna be in the first line.
What will be the true or false?
Both of are true, so it's gonna be odd.
True, true. It's gonna be line.
It's true.
Line 16.
Then it's gonna go if.
Line 16 is true.
Odd.
I think we are inspiring you very good today.
True statement, so it should be enforcement. Line statement, sorry.
Okay, can you solve it?
Can you not just say by my head?
Okay, can you solve it? Can you follow the the way I put the value and then I solve it? Can you put it in that way?
Yeah.
Remember the way I solved it. So the question here, after the else block we have two LR. So here we are talking about this block. In this block we can have multiple things. We can have LR, we can have other statement,
Oh, okay.
right?
So you can write whatever you want.
No,
No, I mean like.
you can have as many as you want,
Or
as
we
many
could
as you
write
want.
down these two, 1, 2.
Okay, let me share.
Right? We can make this true statement into one as well, right?
Yeah.
Put the hard code and then you put the variables.
Yeah, let me give you a real example of this if else block. Actually, I'll give you this example later on. Now, let me discuss. This is simple if else block. Now we are going to bring if else if ladder.
What?
If else if ladder. How? If else if ladder. So it is like LADDD.
Ladder.
It is like if this condition is true, do this. Else 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 do this. We will have multiple if
Multiple if
else if.
condition.
Yeah. Ladder. We are saying it ladder because it is like ladder has steps, right?
So we do ladder that one.
So like it is like ladder, if else if ladder. We are talking like if else if ladder. Now let's think about in this way. Let's say I'm going to open another example.
Yes, I'm going.
I'm going to open another example. So do you have any questions so far? Are we like all of us? Are we understood what we are explaining here?
Yeah.
Is it like confusing, too hard for us?
No, yeah. Challenging.
Since you're asking, challenge, yeah? Since you're asking,
Uh-huh.
if you go to the command string, I was just telling you, what I did is tell you right, that instead of write down 2 times of LR output method, write down this move, writing by 1 time.
Yeah, you can.
Put this, the percentage GDD on the top
Yeah,
and the full on the right side, right?
Yeah.
Like that. Okay, that's all.
you can do that. And the purpose here, in the if block or in the else block, we have 2 statements here, but we can have thousands of statements.
Right.
If condition is true, we might need to execute 5 or 10 statements or even 1,000 statements.
No, if
Now what I'm saying, Shimul Bhai, here we have two statements, right? If condition is true, we have two statements. How two statements? Can you see how many semicolon we have? Two. That means we have two statements, right? But in reality, we might have 50 statements in each block, depending on the situation, depending on our business need, depending on the business need.
It's between if and else between.
In this curly bracket, inside this curly bracket,
Uh-huh.
this one and this one, we have two statements, but depending on the business need, we
So
might
it will
have
be more.
many statements. Okay. Now we are going to learn if, else if, ladder. After learning if, else if, ladder, we are going to learn looping. Okay.
so we are doing if, else, if, ladder.
Ladder.
Which condition is that?
If, else if, ladder is again conditional statement. So let me first do a theoretical discussion and then I'll be going to load run. I'm recording here. Go ahead. 10-minute break. Then you will have to straight away come at 12:10. 12:10 because I will be exactly starting at 12:10. Yeah.
Okay.
So, being recorded. Now the topic that we are bringing is if, else, if. No, ladder is remove that ladder because this is just for understanding. If, else, if. Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's say if condition is true, right, then execute this part.
Right.
If condition is true, you have a set of statements. Else, if another condition is true, you have another set of statements.
If it's true.
Yeah. Else, if another set of condition is true, then you have another set of
This is multiple.
yeah statements. Mhm.
If it's true, so else if it's not true.
Yeah,
Or false.
true.
True.
Okay.
I'm saying condition, okay?
Okay.
Statements. Let's say you have something like this. You have some more. Okay, you have some more, and finally you have else block.
So all these are under if.
Yeah. So it is like you have a condition. If this condition is true, then whatever statement you have in this pair of bracket, it will be executed. If this condition is not true, it will be coming here. It will be looking for this condition.
If it is not the next one.
So
And
what-
if this condition is true, it will be executing this block. I'll answer your question. Give me one second. If none of the above condition is true, it will come here. It will be it will be looking for if this condition is true, and then if this condition is true, it will be executing this block. If none of the condition is true, then it will come to the else block.
To real else.
Real else.
Else.
Real else. Okay.
Okay.
Now let me go to load runner. Let me open a new test by a meaningful name. If if else if. Now let's say we have a variable int a equal int a equal to, let's say, 25. Okay. Now if a greater than 5, okay, actually, okay, if a greater than 5, actually, let's do in that way. Okay, if a less than 5, right, if a less than 5, let's say LR output message output message percent d smaller than 5, right? What will I give here? A.
Yeah.
And then here else if a less than 10, we are saying and can you see the alignment of the statement? Whatever I have inside the if, it is one tab inside. Now less than 10, and then else if a less than 15, right, let's say 15. Else if
20.
actually what I can do, I can just copy this block, paste it. Right, a less than 20, then it will be saying 40. And let's say else if less than 25.
We can also just run up to this, right?
I'm just,
There will be no result.
yeah, I'm just putting some more.
No, I know, but like just like whatever you have written, if we run that, basically we will not get no result because none of the terms.
Yeah, none of the terms.
Terms.
It will have to go to else block.
Mhm.
Then let's say 30. Let's say this one 30. And finally let's put else block.
After that,
That will run.
that will run.
And it's not
Else?
to realize.
Else percent d is greater than
30.
30, right? Now let me put a breakpoint in line number 5.
So you have to put last number, like 30, the highest number.
See here, if this number a is not less than 30, then obviously it is greater than or equal to 30, right? Now, so what is the value that we have in a? 25, right?
Right.
Now a less than 5, is it true?
No.
25 less than 5, is it true?
False.
No.
Then it will not execute this, whatever statement we have in this parenthesis, it will not execute it, right?
Well, that one's supposed to statement. Right?
Then it will
Also, the true statement.
yeah. So if the value is true, then only it will come come line number 6. Now it will, as this condition is not true, it will be going for the next condition. See here, now it is coming in line number 7. In line number 7 we are comparing, is 25 less than 10? 25 less than 10, is it true? No. So it is comparing, but it is not going inside the block. So again 25 less than 10, it is false. So it will not execute line number 8. Can you see it is coming to next comparison? Now we are comparing 25 less than 15. Is it true again? No. So it will not execute line number 10. So it will be going for the next condition. 25 less than 20. Is it true? No. Then what it is going to do? It is not going to execute line number 12. Now we are checking 25 less than 25. Is it true?
No.
It is not true too, right? It is false. Now it is going to there. Now 25 less than 30. Is it true? This is true, right? So what it is doing? Can you see? It is going to, it is going inside that block. It is going inside that block, and then now in else, can you see it came to else block? But do you think it will come here? It is not go inside. Can you see it is coming out straight away after printing 25 less than 30? After printing that, it is coming out. Can you see it is done? It didn't print anything. You know,
It didn't go to any other line.
no, it didn't execute any other line.
Wherever desired, the answer getting that line will be
Executed. Now if I put here, instead of 25, if I put, let's say 10 or 10, everyone follow here. If I put 10, let's say not 10, let me put 9. Sorry, 9, right?
The first one will go.
9, I'm putting 9.
Yeah.
Is it first one?
First one.
No.
A is greater than 10.
The second one, right?
Second one.
Now take a look. What is the value of A? 9. So 9 less than 5. Is it true? So it will go for the next. Can you see it came for the next statement? Now what? It's true. Now 9 less than 10. Is it true? Okay. Now it is going to line number 8. But what will be happening to the remaining lines? Nothing will happen, right? Okay.
This is the exit criteria.
See here, we are checking this. We are going to this else block, but after that we are exiting out.
Somebody else, that's why you stop.
Yeah.
And then
Got it, everyone? So that is what if else if block. Sometimes you will have to be in a situation. Let's say you are extracting a value from the application by load runner. When you are performance testing web application, from the web application you can extract value. You can read value from the web application.
Numerical value.
Like whatever you have in the screen, you can read it. Whatever you have in the screen, you can read it. And then depending on the value, you have to take decision.
Okay.
You got it? Then you will, depending on the value, if you take decision, then you will be taking decision using if else.
Okay. Question.
Sure.
Why we are, if I know that for example there is a 5, we can use the LP. If we know that question, for example, that which one is there getting on, why are you giving that much?
Oh, okay. Hold on here.
In practical,
So here, in practical, you will be, here we know that we are putting the value. Now, when you are reading it from actual application, it is a dynamic value. You can get it 100, you can get it 5. So you will have to design your logic. You have to design. Let me give you an example. Okay. Now, let's say you are trying to transfer money from your account. Right? So you have balance of 50. You have $50 in your account. If you try to transfer 100, will it transfer? No. Right? So you need to test it. Right? You need to test it. You need to test that if you want to transfer a higher amount than your balance, what will happen? Right? then first what you will have to do, you will have to read the balance. What is the balance you have, right? And after that, you will have to transfer an amount higher than that balance, correct? To test that feature, that when you are transferring a higher amount that is available in your account, it display appropriate message. This is the functionality you want to test it. So what you will have to do, you will have to first read the balance and then transfer a higher amount than that balance, and then you will be able to generate that message, right? You got my example? So then what do? You read the balance and then you decide how much you are going to transfer. You are going to make the transfer and then you are looking for that message. First you read the balance and then you increase that for a higher amount, right? If read, like let's say from your script you are transferring. Let's say you have a balance 50, but you want to transfer. If you want to get that message, so what you will have to do? You want to test the feature when you are transferring a over balance. What is the message you get? You want to test that message. So you will have to read that value, and then you will have to increase it, right? You will have to increase it, and then you will have to make the transfer that is higher than that balance, right? Alright, so lot of time what you will see when you are testing with load runner, this value that we are here, we have used a integer. Can you see we have used a integer variable, but when you are reading value from the application, you will get it as a parameter.
So we don't know actually what is inside.
We will get as a parameter, you don't know what is inside, you will have to decide. Now, when you are getting it as a parameter, let's say you will get it in that way. LR save string. Let's say I want to save 100 to a variable, let's say s amount. Okay. Now I want to change this if condition by this s amount. What will be the way? So my value is not in a, now my value is in s amount. Previously my value was where? In a variable called a. Now my value is in a variable, in a parameter called s amount. So how will you do that? So will you be able to write here if s amount greater than or less than, will you be able to write it? No. So whenever something is in parameter, what you will have to do?
You need to put like a s.
Now you want to do like the value is in a parameter, but you want to do a comparison. What you will have to do?
Percentage.
What
What do I have to do?
Percentage.
No.
Okay. Remember, we have learned LR, eval, LR, eval. Whenever something is in parameter, you will have to use LR, eval, string. Now, LR, eval, string, and then you will have to put double quote, and then you will have to put curly bracket, and then inside you put s amount. Right? Let me put again 9. So it should, and okay. Now here instead of a, it will be same again, LR eval string. Instead of that a, remember, instead of that a, it will be LR eval string. Instead of a, it will be LR eval string, and it will be, will it be percent d? It will be percent s. It will be percent s. So all of the a will be transferred. It will be percent s. It will be percent s. It will be then this one will be now take a look here. Take a look here. Is it becoming too much?
No, it's
Okay.
okay.
Now
I think it's too much.
I think you got bigger class.
you'll get the recording. You'll get the recording.
So after hence you're going to look, right?
Yeah, I'm planning to go for loop. Okay. Now take a look. Here probably we'll not be going for loop today because I know that I am inspired, but you are not. Okay. Here. Can you see? We are seeing something cannot due to a replay error. Now here the issue is can you see operands of illegal type pointer of char and int now here? No. Remember that when you are evaluating this, it is a string. It is a string. Like we are saying LR eval string. This is a string. This is something in double quotation.
Right.
But we are comparing it with a number, right? 5 is a number. So, but can you see this less than operator? This is the operator. In the left hand side, we have a string. In the right hand side, we have a integer. So we cannot compare a string and a integer. What we will have to do?
Declared before, right?
No. What we will have to do? This string we will have to compare it. Can you see? So this LR string is returning a string. We will have to compare it to number. So how you will compare it? A to I, ASCII to integer, and then put it up there. So now what we are doing? First we have converted this parameter. I know this is a number. First we are converting it to a string, and after converting it to a string, after converting we are converting it to a number.
Then compare with the number.
Then we are comparing it with a number. So what I am going to do, I will have to correct it for all of these.
Correct means you knew it, but you just
taking
a step for us.
Yeah, I am not doing it at a whole so that it do not make you confused. So now this one. Now here this R2I, actually let me type it here. ASCII to integer. And can you see parentheses?
Yeah.
This parenthesis is closed, right? This parenthesis is closed. That means we need one more parenthesis, right?
Yeah, to close that one.
Now we will be closing this parenthesis here, right? Then first we are converting here this amount to string, and after converting this string we are converting it to integer, and then we are doing the comparison.
One more closing because this
Uh,
after if is like
Can you see? We have started this one and we have closed this one. Can you see? When you click on it, you can see which one is paired with. Okay?
Which one is what?
Which one is this parenthesis? Which one it is paired with?
Paired with. Okay.
so click
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the first one.
You click on any of these, like click on at the end, then you will be able to see which one it is paired with. Can you see? Now we have started this one, we have closed this one here, and then we have started this one, we have closed this one here. So what this pair doing? It is converting this number into integer, and then we are doing the comparison. Okay?
A to I.
and you know we'll discuss it again if you have confusion, so don't give up, okay?
No way to give up.
Okay, now if I compile it again, still we have, can you see line number 17? So we have else, and it is saying that, can you see here, we didn't close that, right?
Yeah.
Number 7.
Number
Else if?
15.
Yes.
What about that?
Huh? Oh, else there is no condition here. Okay. Now let me compile it. Still error?
No, but your right hand side first bracket is not completed.
Hold on, which one you are talking about? Line number 5, it is saying that syntax error,
No,
right?
it's
Yeah,
number
double-
5, for
double-
example,
double
the
quotation at the
beginning first bracket is not completed on the end.
Ends not completed. You have double quotation.
All of
Ah,
Yeah, it's one more.
right?
Yes. No, it's right.
Double quotation.
Here you go.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Now we're inspired.
Very good. So I have to make some mistake, right?
Right. That is true.
Okay, now if I compile it,
Should be good.
Yep.
no error, right?
Ah.
Okay.
Now let's run.
We have a breakpoint here. Now. Okay. Now what is the value that we have in amount? In the amount we have 9. Okay, 9. So we are saying we are converting this amount to number and then comparing it to 5, right? Now this condition is not true, so it is going to else block. Now 9 less than 10, is it true? True. So it is coming here, and then, right? Okay, hold on. Now let me do one thing here. Let me copy this output. So what is the output that we get? This is the output that we get. Copy it. And let me see if I have cadif. I have cadif.
What is getting?
Cadif, I'll show you what is cadif. Now I'm pasting it in the left hand side, okay? Now you go to runtime settings, replay runtime settings, and then can you see log? No, in log you say extended log and parameter substitution. Okay, now you save it and do the execution. Okay, now if you take a look, can you see in line number 3 we have an extra line, notify saving parameter as amount equal to 9. This is extra, can you see this? And then wherever you have parameter, it will say, can you see here, no, parameter substitution amount 9. Now let me, can you see it is executing?
Yeah.
And wherever it is using that parameter, it is adding some extra lines. Let me do a comparison. What is the difference between the previous execution and the new execution? Let me go to my cadif and bring it here. Can you see what is the difference?
Action come out here.
Hmm?
There is a 4 line of action.
Like, can you see the difference?
It's giving
Like-
you a note for every single line, right?
We
Every single line.
we have executed without parameter substitution in log, and we have executed it with parameter substitution. Parameter substitution means if you go to your code, if you have in replay runtime settings, if you select log, extended log, parameter substitution, if you select this, then wherever you are using parameter, it will replace that value. It will show you what is the value associated with that parameter. Now if you go to the comparison, see here.
In this example, we have the same value we are repeatedly using.
Yeah.
So maybe we will sometimes use this the
Different value. So every time whatever value you are using with this parameter, it will be showing. So the purpose of this, when you are executing, if you see unexpected result, then you go over the log to see what is the parameters you are using for what you are getting that unexpected result. You got it? Now can you see in line number 3 we are saying saving parameter s amount 9. So go to line number 3. Can you see what we did? We are saving 9 to s amount. So that is what in the log it is saying.
Right.
Now from line number 4, can you see line number 4 we have saved value 9 to parameter. Now we are using that parameter, right? Now when you are using that parameter, what it is doing? Actually it is not using s amount, it is using the value stored in this parameter. Is that correct? Now from line number 4,
And we transferring that to
see in the log line number 4, what? Now parameter substitution s amount 9. Now we are not using that s amount, we are substituting it with 9. That is what we are seeing in the log. Is it clear why? What is the purpose of log?
So
Understood?
You're changing 9 to a string kind of.
Yeah. So we are not using that s amount, we are using its
9.
value.
Right, yeah.
What we have in it? We have a glass, but what is in that glass? Milk or water? We are mentioning, okay, we are using that 9. Clear? So what does log do? By seeing log, you can see what line what it is doing. From what line what you are getting.
But my question, particularly in this case, every single R2E gonna be 9 anyway.
Yeah.
No other way of having any other number.
No. So every time it will say substituting parameter with 9.
So what is the benefit that we are getting there?
Okay, the benefit is
Do we have sometime maybe different number instead of 9?
the benefit is when you have log, when you are executing lot of time, when you do scripting, you will see you are getting unexpected result or your request is not passing. Then you can see what is the data you are using in that request from the log.
But we know it's 9 anyway. So why
No,
not?
now you know,
Yes.
but in the application, when you are capturing dynamic data,
Lot of data.
that will be dynamic.
That time I will not know, so I'll have to.
You will not know. Remember that you did a login script in Web2 application. Remember that parameter dynamic every time it is changing.
Right.
Remember
Yes,
that,
yes.
right?
From the
Yeah. So you
from
will
that.
see in real life you will see lot of dynamic values.
Okay.
That's why we need to track
So
the parameters. Yeah.
in line 7, stop the answer like
Yeah.
9 is greater than 10.
Yeah. 9 is less than 10.
Less than 10.
Mhm.
So why it's not showing 9 is less than 15?
Oh, because see
You get the answer already earlier. That's why.
see here, Farhana, what we are doing here, we have up to our value is 9. So when the condition is see in this
Fulfilled, yeah.
in this ladder, in this if else block, if one of the condition is true, it will not go for the subsequent values. If one of the condition is true,
That is
then
the-
it is not moving any further.
That is the exit place.
That is the exit place. Okay, now let me put 100 in it. 100.
That's not very well.
Okay. Now let me execute it. Okay. So see here, the first we are executing line number 3. What we are doing,
So changing.
and one other thing you have learned, that in load runner you will have to do it day to day, every day, the comparison. You will get big chunk of data like thousands lines, a couple of thousand lines. You will have to compare. Okay, if your script is failing, why it is failing? When it is passing for this data, okay, that's fine. But when it is failing, what is the data? Why it is failing? You have to do compare. So this is a best friend for you in Roadrunner, okay?
You have to put time on this.
Yeah.
But compare.
This is just comparison. This is just comparison. See one thing here. If something is not matching, can you see? It is clearly saying, okay, this part didn't match. Can you see? This part didn't match. This part is not here. Other than everything else, can you see this time is changed, right? Can you see? It was first time we executed it 12:37:46. Then next time we executed it 12:39:22. If something is not matching, it will point you. You got it?
No.
Okay. See line number. See. Okay. Let me bring. Let me give you. Show line number. Right. Show line number. Can you see line number 1?
Yeah.
Line number 1. It is different color because can you see there is a little bit difference here.
37:46.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why it is pointing. Okay. There is a difference in this line. The second line is same. The second line is same. The third line is same. The fourth line is same. The fifth line is same.
So no problem.
The problem here, this one is different. We have some extra lines here.
Yeah, and
Can
then
you see how it helps you in identifying difference?
They didn't put like those colors on the side.
Yeah. So get this tool. It will help you in.
From where to get that?
Just if you type CADIF, it is okay. Hold on.
DIF.
KDIF. Yeah. DIFF. Diff.
Like difference.
KDIF.
Yeah.
In order to find the difference, we need to do the difference.
Yeah. You need this tool.
Okay.
All right. Now let's come to our execution here. So here we are saving 100 to that amount parameter. Now can you see, if you see your log, line number 3, saving parameter s amount
100.
equal to 100. Now is it meaningful? From the log, is it meaningful? Do you understand this, what we are doing?
Yes.
Okay. Then we are comparing it. Is 100 less than 5? No. Right? So it didn't go through the line number 5. Then we are comparing, is it less than 10? No. Now we are comparing, is it less than 15? No. Now we are comparing, is it less than 20? No. Now we are comparing, is it less than 25? No. Right? Now we are comparing, is it less than 30? No. Now we are in else block. Can you see? None of the condition is true, then it came to the else block. So it is saying that %s is greater than 30. Greater than or equal to 30. Can you see? Now 100 is greater than or equal to 30. Greater than or equal to. So greater than or equal to. Greater than or. Okay. So if greater than is true, we are fine. Equal to is not true, you know that. But it is greater than or.
But if it was equal, still it was fine.
Equal,
It is
no,
or.
no, equal is not fine. 100 equal to 30 is
No,
not
it
fine.
was 30 equal to 30. It's not greater than 30. It's not greater than 30. We had that kind of value. Still, that or.
Yeah, yeah.
So why?
The or is saving us.
Yeah.
The or is, this
Or
is
is
greater
saving us.
than or equal to.
Right.
The or is saving us, because if you say equal to, this is a false.
Right.
But as it is greater than or equal to, that is
Anyway.
that is making our statement valid.
So now, in the if, we use like 5-7 statement. So we can also do the same way in the else 5-7 statement too, right?
Yeah,
Or
5-7
like
statement.
The same way.
Same way. Got it? All right.
On.
Oh, this is, can you see? This is greater than or. This is embedded. It is, that is what we call greater than or equal to. Okay, greater than or equal to. Now,
বড় অথবা সমান।
বড় অথবা সমান.
But it's not Shoman.
So that is why we are saying greater than or. We are not saying greater than n. Okay. All right. So then here in this so far, let me know if you have questions so far.
The only thing I didn't understand actually still, maybe I can see a video, the difference is just showing, I mean, if you go back, anyway you can go back and just
Oh,
out
sure.
that page generate.
That is very simple. Now see, this is our previous execution, right?
No,
like-
type it.
This one, this one, with when our amount was
Right,
9.
right.
Now let me bring the log from that part. Now let me bring this log and let me go to Cadif and paste it here. Okay.
So you basically doing that manually. I thought they have the linkers.
No, manually. I'm doing it
Okay,
manually.
okay. So when you put manually two different pages, it shows the difference.
Difference.
Okay.
This is just showing your like the
Comparison.
previous.
To understand at a glance.
Yeah.
Basically, if there is
Basically.
difference, it will display.
Yeah.
Okay, like what they did right now, for example.
So
Yes.
previously we have 9, right?
Right.
So how many time it we executed? 3 times. Now we have 100, so it executed all of the condition.
That's right.
So it is showing all of the thing difference. What is the difference? Previously we saved 9.
Mhm.
Now we saved 100. Can you see from the difference here, right? And then instead of 9 it is 100.
Just
Right.
highlight the
That's why
difference.
it's going to be more because it will find the result.
I got it.
Yeah, got it. All right. Anybody else has any question?
No, sir. You're sending the this video. to
I'll
me?
be sending you the video number 1, number 2. I'll be sending you homework.
Yes, sir.
Is it possible you can do by tonight?
Tonight,
Hopefully,
Tomorrow one of
but
the good day to do some work. So that helps us.
I have some appointment tonight. I'll try.
Don't hurt
Yeah, the
anybody.
script also, the text from the notepad, the one we copy, the notepad that we create.
Yeah. So everything I saved I took a screenshot. I'll be sending it to you.
If you do before further, it's fine.
Inshallah, we'll do. Thank you guys and
No look?
No.
huh?
No look?
You're not
No, probably
inspired yet.
we'll not be able to
Not
do loop.
inspired
It's
yet.
nearly 1 o'clock.
We cannot come back in
No, we
the looping, right?
no, we cannot come to
Looping
loop.
will
All right,
halfway.
thank you guys and
No,
can you
thank
send me the homework and
You enjoy it.
and let me know if you are having an issue and we'll talk next week if you do not have an issue. Bye.